Guys, it's been about a year since we got this Fiero and did our first video. If you haven't seen that, you might want to just back it up, check that out. We're going to try and get this going again. It was heating up on us. This is a Fiero with a 350 Chevy in it. We bought this thing this way. It wasn't running when we got it. We had to put this new fuel pump in it. We did that stuff in the last video. We kind of gave it a quick once over and got it running. But it's been heating up on us. I took it for a little drive, it heated up, and we're gonna try to figure that out today. But the first thing we gotta do is put the new battery in it. All right, we got it hooked up. We're gonna check the fluid in the radiator to see, maybe it's just low, and then we're gonna fire this baby up. Oh yeah. Well, it was a win in my book. Now we got it fired up. I think we're gonna give this thing a quick wash. Just to, I can't hardly see through the window. She's been sitting a long time. We'll give it a quick wash. We're gonna take it down the road and see if it still heats up. Yes, I am using the official car wash soap. Dish soap. I know, some of you guys are gonna say, you're not supposed to use dish soap. You're supposed to use actual car wash soap. Well, here at Octane Garage, we just use what we have. Make it do, make it work. I'm not sure if I like the fact that it's got a black hood, the white car, but it's okay. Get a little on the tires, a little on the rims. All right, one of the awesome features on this, they have a tow hook on it, or a hitch is what I'm trying to say. Like they're gonna pull another car behind it or something. I don't know, I guess you could pull a four-wheeler maybe. It's got a 350. But really, a hitch on a Fiero with a 350? I think we may get rid of that. Look at those rims shine. Okay, so we already know it's been overheating, so before we fire it up and get it all hot where we can't check on it, what I thought we would do is maybe take this top radiator hose off right here and see if it has a thermostat. But wait, I just noticed something. It has a fill cap right here, so I take that back. What we're gonna do is we're gonna see if we can fill it up right there and see if maybe it just has air in the system. So let's try that first. Then we'll check the fan and see if it's overheating before we start tearing this thing apart. All right, so we open this up and I don't see any fluid. So we're gonna fill this up because I got a feeling we got a big air pocket in this sucker. And if there's a big air pocket, anyone that knows motors, just if you know, you know. All right, here we go, guys. I'm gonna try to slowly let this out. We'll see how much it takes. Hopefully that's the problem. All right, we'll let that go down for a minute. Maybe wiggle the car around, see if we can get some air out of it. Now we could hold it like that and I could throw the cap on. Yeah. Oh, hang on. I gotta get rid of this hose. Shoot. It's gonna work. Sit down and turn. Ugh. It's just hard because it's... Wow. All right, am I missing something here?
Try it the other way. Flip it over.
Oh, it's got a little stop. Yeah, it's got to go that way. I just got to get it pressed down good. All right, so you can see that our fans are working and they are pulling air and it feels like they're pulling quite a bit, but I'm wondering if a fan shroud would help. Throw in the comments, guys, if you think a fan shroud would help or if you have any ideas. We are going to take this down the road now that we filled it up. We're going to see what happens, so come along with us. Okay, it sounds like we have maybe just a minor miss now, probably from getting the motor wet. Hopefully that'll clear up. Looks like we're charging, maybe. I hope. Yeah, it went down. Well, it went down when I turned the headlights on. I don't know, that might be bad. Huh. I hope we're not just running off a battery. Because shouldn't it be up at like 14 volts?
You'd think.
Yeah. Which means our fans are going to go slower. Maybe that's the whole problem. Maybe we're not charging good, guys. Well, we're going to take it down the road and see what happens either way. If we run out of battery, then we're pushing. Sucker is a little all over. I think it needs an alignment. I think we need an alignment. Baby's a little bit all over the place. And I think we're losing volts. I don't know. I don't like that. I think we might run back. We're gonna grab a voltmeter, put it on that battery, make sure we're charging before we go too far. I feel like this thing might not be charging. We put a 1-wire alternator on it, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's working. So I think we better start there, because if those fans aren't spinning fast enough, we're not going to get enough air no matter what. And I don't see that thing moving when I rev it up. So let's try that. Like, it's only going down every time I do any power, and it should correct. And it should definitely be over 9 volts if that voltmeter gauge is right. Should be over 12 volts. It should be about 13, I believe. So let's head back and we'll see if that's a issue. We'll put a regular voltmeter right on the battery. That's going to tell us for sure if it's charging. All right, we're going to set that there. I'm going to start by seeing what we have to begin with. Then I'm going to jump in there and start this thing up. And hopefully those will stay there. Want me to spin that? So we can see what's going on. 12.3. So it should go up when we start it. Is it doing anything?
We're down.
Okay, so as you can see, we're dropping power when I started. That means this thing's not charging, and that one wire alternator that we put on is not working. So we're gonna have to address that issue first. And maybe that's got something to do with the heating up due to the fans running. As the battery gets lower, they're running less and less. Now we had that working at one time, so I'm just gonna trace back some of the steps we did and see what's wrong with it. Okay, so I'm thinking this was my alternator wire, if I remember correctly. And as you can see with the gauge there, we are getting the 12.3. So we're gonna start this up and see if we got any power going to there. Maybe the alternator's working to here, but not all the way up to the battery, because in the mix of going through the car somewhere, maybe it's just not making it all the way back through. Let's check it out. So let me start it and I'll come back and all right, so let's see. Let's just see what it says back here.
You got a bad connection or something.
Oop.
My bad.
So maybe that's not the alternator wire. Testing that, there's either that's not the alternator wire, one. So we may have to throw this up on the hoist to investigate which one was exactly the alternator wire, but I'm pretty sure that was it. For whatever reason, it's not doing nothing. It's not doing nothing. So I don't know if the alternator is bad that I just put on there. So we're gonna do some more investigating. Turns out that wire I was checking wasn't even the right wire. I reached under there and I could feel the alternator wire, and the back of that stud is loose. And I think that's causing us a problem. The problem is, I don't know that I can get to it to tighten it up enough. So I did try to wiggle it just to see if it would change anything. So we'll try that. Nothing. Okay. So it turns out we're still not charging. So I really feel like we're gonna have to jack this thing up, get up under it, and see what we can do with that wire, unfortunately. I went ahead and pulled this alternator. I went ahead and pulled the alternator out, and you can see here, that is not supposed to move. And I think that's our problem. Just so happens I have another one of these alternators off a stock car. We're gonna go pull that off. We're gonna throw that on here, and hopefully this thing will be fixed. Oh, okay, we got that new alternator on there. I hooked that battery back up. We got the volt meter hooked up again. So let's see if this is charging now. Okay, I have a gauge in here and it is working now. Let's take this thing down the road again and see if she heats up on us. All right, here we go. We're gonna try this again, guys. She's charging good now. If you look at that volt gauge, we're getting over 12, which I like to see. So we'll give her a little juice and see what happens. got a little shimmy in the front wheel there, but it's running pretty good. Oh, the steering is ridiculously unsafe. I mean, the steering is ridiculously unsafe, guys. This thing is all over the place, man. Oh, it's scary. It's a scary drive, I'm telling you. And these harnesses don't do jack because they're not hooked up right. Look at this thing. I got to do something with these seat belts. We got to address these seat belts. We got a real issue. This thing is just, she is all over the road. She's fast though, I'll tell you that much. Our temp gauge has not moved so far, which really doesn't mean much. I don't know that we have this overheating issue addressed for sure or not. I think my electric fan's probably working better because we're charging a lot better. So that's a plus. I think the gauge will change once she gets a little bit warmed up. I think we got a lot of traffic coming, so I'm hoping our brake lights and all that work. So I think we'll run down to the corner store down here and just see what happens, and then we'll head back. We're gonna take short trips at a time just to see what this car is gonna do. One thing I do know though is the steering is crazy on this thing. And I don't know if it's just because the front end's so light, but when you hammer it, the steering's all over the place. And we're getting on it there, but she's not floored. I am going to be curious when we get this thing down to Milan Dragway, which is our local drag track. We'll take you guys with us, but I'm going to be curious what this thing does and how well it performs at the actual drag strip. But before we do, I think we might run it in and just get a front end alignment just to see if that helps or if they find anything loose or weird with that front end. Because it does worry me just a smidge, guys. But I will say, this thing is fun to drive. If you ever come across the chance to pick yourself up a 350 Fiero, I'm going to have to say, go for it, man, because, wow. It's a lot of fun to drive. This clutch pedal is so close together. When I just turn the wheel, the clutch and brake are so close and my feet are so dang big that I could feel the steering knuckle hit my foot. So that's a little crazy. Got some pull, and I'm only running it up to about $4,000 right there. I think I'm just starting to open that motor up, to be honest. I don't know. The guy told me it was a early 70s Corvette motor. You know, it's a 350 is what it is. That's what it boils down to. Some guys like to hype up the Corvette name, and it is a cool car, don't get me wrong. All you Corvette lovers, I don't want to see in the comments, he hates Corvettes. I don't. I like Corvettes. I do. And it's got a Corvette motor, so hey, that's got to be a good thing, right? So hang on. Let's give her a little juice. According to the speedometer, we're hitting 32 miles an hour, and I'm quite certain we're doing faster than that. So we got a speedo issue, that's for sure. I'd say we're probably doing at least 50 there, 60, 70, 80, maybe 100, I don't know. But I will say, this little guy is fun to drive, and our temp gauge still has not moved. So I don't know if that means that our fans are kicking a lot better than they were, or if, and our oil pressure gauge is not working now either. I can't remember if that worked before. I'm going to have to refer to the last video. Like I said, it's been about a year since I played with this car. So whether that worked before or not, I don't even know. What I do know is this baby is fun to drive. Alright, the thermostat finally moved. The temp gauge is up at 200 right now. It seems to be staying there, but my throttle's acting a little funny. It's very touchy. Now it's starting to climb up a little. I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and end this video right there. And I'm gonna go ahead in the next video, I think we'll throw a new thermostat in this thing. Maybe check what one is in it. Like, is it a 200, 195, 160? And I think we'll go with the 160. Now I see it is staying just above 200 right now, which is okay for a small black Chevy. And there's nothing wrong with being right around there. Kind of, a small part of me wants to run it down the road again just to see if it would go up or down or stay or what. Should we? Sure. We'll just drive it normal.
You want me to record you on the road? You can go.
No, you can ride with me, then we can see what it's doing.
Didn't you want footage
Although it's climbing up now.
Did you want footage outside or do you want me in the car? Because you can just talk about it when you get back, or that's up to you.
Oh, it's running funny though.
I don't know. Maybe it's warmer than we're thinking.
All right, we're gonna try this again. We're gonna keep our eye on that temp gauge now and see if having the new alternator with the good electric fans is gonna help. Oh, it's climbing already. Maybe we're not gonna. The minute I started moving, this thing started climbing a little bit higher than I like. Now I'm afraid if I go down the road, it's just gonna overheat on us. Gotta watch Clayton's car back there. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna take it down the road again, guys. We're gonna stop this video right here. We're gonna stop this video right here. In the next video, we're gonna check that thermostat because this thing's climbing before I even leave, and I don't like that. And what we don't want to do, we don't want to risk hurting that motor. So we're gonna end this video. I appreciate everybody watching. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. It really helps the channel. If you like this stuff or you have any ideas of what's going on with this thing, throw it down in their comments. Throw it down in the comments for me, and I will be certain to check those out and take a look at the comments. Maybe someone else out there has a better idea than I do. Thanks for watching again.